What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video, and happy new year. This is officially my first video of the new year. By the time this goes live, it's gonna be like the 11th, but your girl just needed some time to just kind of get into my new habits, my new routine. I wanted to get that going before I jumped back into work and filming content. Also, you see a new backdrop, a new little setup. I've been redoing my office as well, and I've been filming that. So that video is coming soon once I'm done. I have a little bit more things to do, and then you guys will see like the little office transformation. Anyways, that's not why you're here. As you can tell by the title, I am getting ready to start a new weight loss, fat loss journey. And I kind of want to tell you guys a little bit about what I'm going to be doing. I hope this is my last like big cut. And what I refer to as a big cut is having to lose or wanting to lose well over 15 pounds. The goal is to drop about 30 pounds. And hopefully this is the last time I have to do this. Okay, now let me briefly tell you about my history before I get into what it is that I'm gonna be doing moving forward. Especially for anybody who's new here, they don't know like my backstory or anything like that. I've always been athletic, and I've always had an athletic frame, athletic body. I've never had issues with my body image. I never had issues with weight gain, weight loss. You know, I was just very happy at where I was all the way up until college. But also I was very, very active. Waking up, going to training, and then going to practice, and then going to class, and then after class going to work. So I was always moving. So I pretty much ate whatever the heck I wanted to, and I just always maintained that athletic frame. And then even as a kid, all my friends were very, very petite. So I was one of like the bigger ones, but I was still small. I was on birth control from the ages of 14 to 27, 28. And there was 2 times throughout those years where I took a break. And the only time I got off birth control is when I was competing for a bodybuilding competition. So both coaches told me it was best if I wasn't on birth control. That was the only reason why I got off, is because the 2 coaches that I had were like, you shouldn't be on birth control. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but they just told me I shouldn't be on birth control. My first show, I did get very, very tiny, okay? I was probably the smallest I've been in a very long time. I started having issues with my body, and then the body dysmorphia and all of that kicked in when I started bodybuilding. And I was like super anal on what I ate, like, oh my gosh, if I eat this Oreo, I'm gonna have to do this much cardio, just because it's a very, very strict and intense process. Once my show was over, your girl was binge eating, because I'm like, oh, now I can eat whatever I wanted. And so I did end up gaining a ton of weight after my first show. So that was the first time I had kind of like got like extra thick. It was probably like a 30 to 40 pound weight difference. If I was in the 140s for my competition, I was up into the 180s post competition. And this happened very, very quickly. And then eventually I ended up getting back on birth control and started working out again, just like normally working out, and I was able to lose the weight again. Fast forward a few years later, I decided I want to do another competition. Why did I want to do that? I don't know. Got back on birth control, and then it was kind of the same cycle. Lost a lot of weight, realized I didn't want to do it anymore, started the binge eating, gained a lot of weight again, and then I just started to having issues. I didn't really know what those issues were, but I was starting to have issues, and then decided to get back on birth control again. Now, I'm talking about birth control because it's kind of important to where my journey took me to. I ended up getting off birth control, or 27, 28, somewhere in between there. And it was right before me and Tehran had got together. I was off birth control because I was like, you know what? I'm single, I'm not doing anything. I don't really want these hormones in my body, and I've been on and off since I was 14 years old. So I got off birth control, and then a whole bunch of stuff started happening from there. And so I'm thinking I'm kind of going through withdrawals from the birth control. Like the weight gain got crazy, my acne got bad, my hair started to thin out, just a lot of stuff started to happen. And I always assumed it was okay, what is going on with my light right now? All of this stuff was happening. I just kind of always assumed it was me just coming off birth control. And when me and Tehran were together, again, I gained a lot of weight in a short amount of time. Just things just started to get worse. My fatigue got 1,000 times worse and all of that, which eventually led to my PCOS diagnosis November 2022. So that's why I mentioned the whole birth control process, because birth control can like mask your symptoms. So this whole time where I'm just struggling for years, I always thought it was just because, you know, I was doing bodybuilding and then the binge eating and all of that stuff, and a lot of it was associated with my PCOS. From there, I was able to make some changes, really switch on my diet, switch off my type of training, what it is that I was doing. and that started my first cut. So from November 2022 until July 2023, I got down to the lowest I've been in a long time. So I dropped down from like 190 to 166. And you guys have seen it. If you've been following for some time, you saw the weight loss. I actually did a video sharing what I did for my 20-pound weight loss. If you want to go check that video out. Now let's fast forward to what's going on now and why I'm entering another cut. So after I hit like my lowest end of July, then I just kind of like relaxed for a little bit. I did put on a little bit of weight, maybe like 5 to 8 pounds, but that's normal coming off of a cut because a lot of it is water. When you're cutting, you're very depleted. So it was normal to put on a good like 5 pounds post cut. And then I was just like relaxing and enjoying myself. And then I decided I wanted to go into a bulk. Now I didn't share this online and I didn't share that with you guys just because it was just me just testing out things. And I didn't feel tight at the end of that last cut. And I wanted to put on a little bit more muscle mass. So I have been lifting. I've been eating more. Of course, I did gain weight. That is the whole point of a bulk. I did put on weight, but I also put on a good amount of muscle mass. I went and got a test done to test my body fat, my fat mass and my muscle mass and all that stuff. So I did put on a good amount of muscle, which is what I wanted to do. So if you want to know what I did for my bulk, I just ate more and lifted heavier. That's it. And I followed a plan. My full week of workouts, I was doing those same exact exercises, but I was documenting in my phone and I was progressive overloading. So every week I was either doing more weight, I was upping my reps and, just progressing from there. Sorry, that backstory took a lot longer than I was planning for it to take. Losing 20 pounds, gaining 20 pounds, losing it, it's a lot, and I'm done with it, okay? I'm happy with the amount of muscle mass I've put on over the past 6 months, and I'm ready to cut, and I'm ready to be done with it. Also, I noticed with me putting on more weight, my symptoms have gotten worse, which sucks. It's very, very unfortunate. Even though the weight gain was intentional, the symptoms are still worse. My body just prefers me to be under a certain weight, and I'm just gonna have to stay there unless I wanna deal with the symptoms, at least until I get my hormones completely in check. I'm still pretty new with this, the PCOS. It's only been a little over a year. So until I can really get everything in check, unfortunately, I have to stay under a certain weight. First, let's talk about the most important piece of this whole process. Diet, nutrition, calories, all that. It don't matter what you're doing when it comes to exercise if you are not eating correctly. One, you're not gonna lose weight if you're not in a calorie deficit. You have to be in a deficit in order to lose weight. So it's either you eat less, move more. It's best if you do both. Move a little bit more, eat a little bit less. I went and got an RMR test. So I was able to see how many calories my body burns at rest doing nothing. And then from there, they provided me calories like if I wanted to cut or if I want to put on size, how many calories I needed to eat. My 500 calorie deficit will put me at 1,922 calories. So 22 is my maintenance. So if I wanted to stay at the size I'm at, I would eat 2,422 calories. And that's factoring in my activity and my lifestyle. Now to cut, anywhere under 22 is cutting. So if I ate 23, if I ate 2,200, those are all cutting calories. I drop at 500, so anywhere from 1,900 to 2,000 calories is where I will be at. And throughout my process, because this is gonna be about 4, 5, 6 month process, I will not drop below 1,800 calories. Eventually you will stop losing weight. You will have to lower your calories a little bit more or do more activity. 1,800 is the lowest I will eat at. The lowest. I'd rather do more cardio. I will be tracking my calories. I will be tracking my protein, my carbs, and my fat. For my PCOS, what worked best for me last time that I lost the weight, eating higher protein, moderate carbs, and higher fat. I will put my macros on the screen just in case anybody is interested. And just to kind of just show you what it looks like. Of course, I will film a video. I will be filming videos throughout the whole process and showing you what it is that I'm doing. But there won't be a lot of change. When I say I'm going to do these things, it will remain the same. I prefer to count calories because majority of the time when people think they're in a deficit, they are not. Most people are eating way more than they think they are. They're not counting the olive oils that they're cooking with. They're not counting, if they went and just grabbed a few handful of nuts that they just snacked on throughout the day. Most people are not eating in a deficit and they think they are. So I count calories, and especially if you start in the beginning, at least for a couple weeks, so you know what it looks like. And then after that, if you feel comfortable removing that, you can. Another thing that I will be factoring in, there's always like 1 week out of the month where I am just hungry, like just super, super hungry. And if I run into those times or even those days throughout the month, what I will be doing is I'm going to eat at my maintenance. So if I'm like, I'm so hungry and 1900 calories is not cutting it, I'm just gonna eat 2400 calories, or I might just jump up a few hundred. That is totally okay. As long as I stay at maintenance or below, I will still lose weight. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. If you are like super hungry one day, just raise your calories up to maintenance or just add a couple hundred more. Now let's talk cardio. I have been walking every single day. Every single day. It's just something that I wanted to do for myself. And I've been walking outside. So in the morning, I get up, I have a quick little snack, and then I go for a walk for about 45 minutes. I work from home. I'm in the house. The only time I actually leave the house is when I go to the gym. And in the gym, I'm kind of like indoors. So I just wanted to get myself outside, and getting up and walking, I've just loved it. I've created this perfect path that takes me exactly 45 minutes from leaving my door to coming home. And so I will be walking every single day. Right now, I've been walking for 45 minutes, and I'll be doing that for the first month. So I'll walk for about 45 minutes, and then eventually I might raise it up to an hour or anything like that. And walking is honestly one of the best things you can possibly do for yourself, especially when it comes to weight loss, because it's not hard on your body. Everybody can do it. Most people can do it. And it doesn't take, you don't have to recover from taking a walk. You can walk anywhere. You can walk outside. You can walk on the treadmill. You're more likely to stay consistent with walking versus, I'm gonna do the Stairmaster every single day. Guarantee you'll go walk every day, but you ain't gonna hit that Stairmaster every single day. Now let's talk about weights and weight training. I will be going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. So that's what I'm putting on myself. I will still be lifting, obviously. I'll always hit 2 leg days. So it'll either be 2 leg days and an upper body day, or 2 leg days, 2 upper body days. But I will for sure be going to the gym at least 3 times a week. And then also I am gonna start getting back into Pilates, but I wanna do mat Pilates, and I'm gonna be doing it at home. Kind of also wanted to do things that I feel like you guys could do too, and Pilates is expensive and not everybody can pay for it, but there's so much free stuff on the internet that you can utilize. There's so much free stuff, and there's so many amazing mat Pilates instructors online who just post on YouTube, and you can follow their workouts for free at your home. 30 minutes, no excuses. I'll let you know what instructors I like the most. There's a couple I have saved, and I'm gonna give me a little yoga mat or Pilates mat, and I'm gonna be doing 2 Pilates sessions at home, and they're only about 20 to 30 minutes. I think there's some that could be longer, but 30 minutes mat Pilates, perfectly fine. So that's what my days are gonna look like. 7 days of walking, at least 3 to 4 days of weight training, and then like 2 mat Pilates days. So that's why I might bring the workouts down to just 3, since I'm gonna be doing the mat Pilates twice a week. One thing that I won't be doing that I've always done in the past, I'm no longer weighing myself, just because I don't care. I don't care. I did say, obviously, the goal is to lose 30 pounds, but I used to do like weekly weigh-ins. So every week I would weigh in. Now I'm not gonna do that. I might weigh in like maybe once a month just to see how the month went. But there will no longer be weekly weigh-ins. I suggest you don't weigh in either. Like when I lost I lost 20 to 25 pounds. But the first 2 months, it was a total of like 3 pounds. And then month 3, I'm like, okay, I lost like 5 pounds. Month 4, I dropped 10 pounds. So that's why I'm like, just don't even check. Just stick to the habit, stick to the routine, and it will eventually come off. But you're going to feel super discouraged. So weighing yourself weekly is just going to mess you up. And there's other things I'm gonna be utilizing. Like I have my Whoop band. If you don't know what this is, I mentioned it previously. It's just like a health and wellness wearable, and it's an app that I have on my phone. This thing tracks everything. It tracks my sleep, it tracks recovery. I can put my menstrual cycle, all of that in there. All the things that I said I'm gonna do, I made a plan. So every day I check into that plan, and I feel like it just kind of holds me accountable, and I can see what the overall week looks like, what the month looks like, all of that. So I love this thing so much. I know it can be pricey for some because this is a $30 a month membership. If you pay for the year up front, I think it comes down to $19 a month. But I do have a code, so if you at least want to try it out, the band is free. So the band is free and your first month is free. And then after that, you're charged with $30 a month. But of course, you can cancel at any time. And then I have my Apple Watch just because I've always had it. I've just been using it to track my steps. So just trying to hit 10,000 steps a day. That's the only thing that the Whoop doesn't track. It doesn't track your steps. Even though I can put in there that I'm going for a walk, it doesn't show my steps. So I'm like, well, I already have the Apple Watch. So I just wear them both. That's pretty much it. Already on week 2. I just wanted to kind of get everything started before I sat down and shot a video. Hi, baby. What you got?
What I found.
Snickers? Is that regular coffee?
Yeah.
Got some coffee pods. You got Snicker coffee pods. You know mine are decaf. I'm getting ready to go eat. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. And stay tuned for more videos dropping of all of this. Of the workouts. Of the food. Of all of that good stuff. And hopefully you guys can join along. And you can DM me. Leave comments down below. And I will see you guys in the next video.